y'all, welcome back to our channel. Thank y'all for tuning in. As usual, y'all, it's almost over. February is almost over, and we thank y'all for just joining us along these everyday videos, putting them out there and watching and commenting and subscribing. We thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
And if you are new here, we talk about marriage, life, finances, mostly finances, Jesus, all kind of stuff. Okay, so we thank y'all for watching and stick around. So what are we talking about today?
All right, so for today the topic is cutting out distractions to meet your financial goals. All right, so we're going to tell y'all some tips on how we did that. All right, honey, so I go back to that time frame when we were trying to pay off the house. We got on the same page finally, and we started moving towards it. And so sometimes things can be very distracting when you got a financial goal, especially because all the money you're making, besides just taking care of your basic necessities, you're really putting that towards trying to meet this goal. So I don't care what it is. You're trying to pay off a house, you're trying to get out of debt, you're trying to buy a car, you're trying to pay off a car, you're trying to save up for a trip, whatever it is. We mostly had a little bit of a level of intensity on trying to do it. And so what were some things that you did, honey, first, what were some distractions that you think you saw while we were going on that journey? And then what were some things that you did to overcome some of those distractions?
I think a distraction for me is just more, I think it was more mentality, really. Mm-hmm. And I say that because of us being young and have this goal set. We had this goal set, and me thinking like, oh, we should be doing other things versus this huge goal right now. And so that was often a distraction for me, and just trying to stick with it. I think to be able to like really overcome that distraction was the visualization of us getting out of debt. So we've talked about this before, I believe, but we tally marked, each what do you call it, like
each payment milestone.
Payment milestone. So we tally mark that, and so being able to visualize that and see that and knock off tally marks was it kind of helped with that distraction of, oh man, we should be doing something else with this money, or we should be enjoying one another, or having fun, doing, I don't know, a couple things, whatever they do, whatever it is to do out there. But
and I think, and I mean, you make some good points, because those are things that really did come up, and I always like, well, we don't necessarily need money to enjoy each other. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my policy, but I'm a little bit headstrong as far as trying to get to the goal. Like, I'm like, okay, this is what we focused at.
You crazy,
But really and truly, I think that for me, it was paying attention to the comparison aspect of it. I mean, because like you talked about, obviously we made the choice to say, all right, we're not going to go on certain trips. Some trips we went on, but we wouldn't go on certain trips, or we're not going to do these certain things. Or we see people who were maybe close to our age group. You can see them on social media, different things like that, and they're doing all this stuff. But I always had to remember, what helped me to overcome that was, I don't really know their financial situation. I don't know what they did to go there or to do what they did. And they could just be stunting on Instagram or just stunting on Facebook, and they could be in like financial disarray, although they're taking that picture on the beach. I don't know their situation. I hope that they're not, but they could really be like that. And so really trying to get things in perspective of, okay, just because they're showing that, it doesn't mean that that's what they were able to do, scot-free, all good, no debt, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what helped me to keep going. And also just having that vision of the end point. It's like, wow, once we get done with this, then we'll have more opportunity to do a lot more things that we would like to do. And, I think what you say, honey, you said, when you were talking, you said like, oh, you feel like, why are we doing this right now? And my policy was more like, well, if not now, then when? When will we actually do it? That's how I kind of looked at it.
Yeah, so. And I'm like, well, we young. Like, there's so much to do, so much, we could be doing.
Right.
And it was a lot, y'all. That's all I can say. It was a lot.
And so the question I always ask you now, since we were able to do it by God's grace, we're able to do it, what you want to do now?
What I want to do now?
Right.
Nothing.
No. Right. So y'all see what I had to deal with after all of that. Well, what you want to do now? Nothing really. I don't really go nowhere. I don't really want nothing for real. I just,
I'm good. I'm good.
So
I'm telling you, I like to eat. Okay, food. That's it. Okay. But no, I don't know. I think just getting out. I think also, but with that, the reality is no. You still have to work. Okay. It ain't like when we get out of debt, that was it.
Right.
Like, no, still work.
Yes.
Actually, life actually really got even crazier,
Yes.
I feel like.
But imagine if it was in that same situation with a crazier life. How you feel that would be?
Y'all, I don't even know.
Right.
Jesus, I don't even know. I can't even.
He covered over us. That's what I'm saying. Because
he
now
covered over us.
We lost having to pay a house payment, and then some other things happened. You know what I'm saying, with you and your health and all that happened. But it was like money wasn't really the issue at that point. You know what I'm saying? By God's grace.
By God's grace.
By God's grace.
Right.
It wasn't the issue for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wasn't working for the Lord. It was just like
it was a lot that happened, but it was like by God's grace. Like, you don't, hindsight is 2020.
Exactly.
I would have never guessed, like, after getting out of debt, that was going to happen. Yeah, right. What would have happened?
Just like similarly, as we talk about this, we had to get a new furnace, and we got a new furnace. And right after that, we got 10 days of like 0 and below temperatures. And so we was like, wow, we didn't know that was going to happen. And the day we got the furnace was actually like a 54-degree day. And so you just don't know how things are happening. So I would say we just got to pay attention to what God is saying, listen to him, and move on in that way.
Right. And don't let the distractions stop you, because you never know what is going to come, what's to come.
Right.
It's like, be prepared. Like, if you feel God, the Spirit moving on you to do something, definitely do it. You know, don't let anything stand in your way, because I could not imagine, us being in debt in that way, and everything else that happened. Was going on.
That could have been, that would have been a lot rough. Not saying we wouldn't have made it out, right? But it would have been a little bit harder than what we had to go through. So that's our story. Now, for you all, we want to hear y'all story. So please comment below. Let us know your thoughts on overcoming those distractions, whether it be turning social media off, whether it be praying more, whatever it may be. Let us know what your thoughts are, all right? Because your thoughts, your comments can really help someone else, all right? And that's what we want to do in this community. So hit that subscribe button. We appreciate y'all. And this right here was day number 27. Wow. Of Black History Month of February. Yes. And so we appreciate you all rocking with me. We got one more, y'all, if the Lord say to say.
One more.
Have a good one. Thanks.